and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Riri and I love bronzers and contours. Mostly bronzers. We are continuing our beauty room tour / makeup collection, and today is going to be all of my bronzers and my contours. I will do my minis that I keep in this little thing first, and then I will go over to all of my palettes. So first up, I have a lot of Too Faced. They are one of my favorites in regards to like face products, I guess you could say. So first up is my full size little Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil. This is one of my all-time favorites. She's been around the block a time or two. She is a beautiful, yummy, delicious I wouldn't say that she's super illuminating, but it does have some luminosity to it, a little bit, kind of like a sheer wash of not glitter, not shimmer, anything like that, just kind of like a little pretty wet look, if you will, just slightly shimmery, but it smells fantastic. It works beautifully. It lasts all day on the skin. I just love this so damn much. We'll just continue with Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Bronzed Peach in Toasted Peach. This is a cream bronzer. I actually use this as a contour. Again, it has a slight little luminosity to it. And even though it looks really warm right here, when I use it on my cheeks, it came broken, by the way. But when I use it kind of first really strategically, and kind of use it as a contour and buff it out first and then put this on top of it, oh my god, stunning. Again, smells fantastic, lasts all day. Oddly enough, I don't typically care for cream products, but because this one blends out so beautifully and lasts so long on the skin, it doesn't show my texture or anything like that. I love it. And you will notice that I have a pattern here. Very rarely will I ever do a matte bronzer. I know a lot of people love matte bronzers, matte blushes, things like that. Again, with my dry skin and having textured skin, I definitely love anything that's luminous, glowy, kind of a lit from within. This is freaking beautiful. I love it a lot. Next up from Too Faced, this is old as dirt. This is my Too Faced Sun Bunny. This, out of everything, is probably my all-time favorite. I've gone through, I cannot even tell you how many of these in this size right here. And this is also Sun Bunny. But it has a beautiful combination of a more cool tone and a more warm tone. Again, that beautiful little slight luminosity that it has to it. But they smell nice. They last all day on the skin. I've never had any irritation from anything from Too Faced in regard to like face products. This one probably needs to be tossed. I'm not gonna lie, it's old as shit. But this is one of the very first products I actually ever tried from Too Faced, was the Sun Bunny, and I'm obsessed with it. I've always been obsessed with it, and I love it, just period. I love it a whole lot. So let me wipe my hands off again. Then we have another little Too Faced Sun Bunny. I've gone through, I guarantee, at least 5 of these. So this is what this one looks like. Again, the same thing, kind of a more, cool tone, and then a more warmer tone shade. Again, that slight little bit of luminosity that I love in my bronzers. If you like matte, I do have a couple of, options for matte bronzer, but I traditionally, 99.999% of the time, I will go for something that is more luminous. Again, it smells good, lasts all day. One of my holy grails. I love it. I just absolutely love it. Next up, also from Too Faced, I'll make sure that's my last Too Faced one before we move along. Other than, I'll go ahead and break these out as well. Yeah, I have a Too Faced issue, you guys. Okay. This, I love this so much. This I got when I got my little pineapple palette that you guys will see later on in the eyeshadow collection. It is the Pineapple Sun, and it is the strobe and bronzer. Again, nice glowy little like bronzer and kind of a highlighter. This is kind of deep if you have very fair skin. I like to just circle them both together just like this, and it just gives me this beautiful kind of caramel kissed little look to the skin. Again, it smells phenomenal, lasts on the skin all day, have never had any kind of reactions or anything like that to it. I think freaking Too Faced kills it when it comes to like bronzing and stuff like that. Next up, this is also one of my OGs, something I will probably continue to use. This one is definitely getting old. I'm not gonna lie, I probably definitely need to purchase a new one of this, but it is the Cocoa Contour, and I've used the shit out of this. I love it so much. I've not really ever gone into this just because it's, for me, a little bit too light. I maybe could try mixing those, but I will go in with the medium first and kind of more contour or kind of really, you know, sculpt the face out, and then I will go on top of it with this, and then this one I was using for a very long time as like an under eye type of vibe, or also for like cutting, you know, my jawline and stuff when I do baking, yeah, to try to bake with. But again, it smells really nice, works beautifully on the skin. I love it. I really, really, really love Too Faced face products. And then I think hopefully the last one from Too Faced is a new addition. You guys saw that I got this from Marshall's for like $10. But it is the Too Faced Natural Lust Bronzer. It is a satin dual tone bronzer, and I absolutely love it. I have felt that with all of their other ones, kind of this reminds me of Sun Bunny. That's why I knew I would love it. I just feel like it doesn't give off quite as much pigment as some of the other ones. Like, I kind of really have to dig in here, and I have dug in here. I've used this quite a few times since getting it, but I feel like no matter how far I dig in, no matter how much product I try to get, I don't get much product. I don't know, I mean, it's called natural, but I don't know if maybe that's why they were on clearance or whatever, but I do have to use a shit ton of this. Although I will say that using it right now, kind of fall into winter, it's still enough. It's still enough of a kind of bronzy, glowy, you know, bronze for myself. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Actually, right here feels really soft. That's kind of odd. Way down here feels hard. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if it just has like a layer from where it was printed, you know, imprinted with the machines, or what's going on with it, but I still like it. It still does smell really nice. It feels beautiful, and you know, the texture and stuff like that feels nice. I just don't feel like it's quite as pigmented as all the other ones. And if I was not a Too Faced ride or die bronzer person, I probably would never even know that or say that. But yeah, I've been around the block a time or two with Too Faced, so it definitely is different for me. If you have this, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you've kind of felt the same thing with this, but the packaging, stunning. I love peacocks. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let me wipe my hand again. My towel is going to be so gross. This towel looks disgusting, you guys, because I've used it for Halloween a couple years in a row, and I got latex all over it. And yeah, latex clearly doesn't come out of clothing, FYI. This is my little Lisa Frank, the Bitten and Bronzed Matte Bronzer. I don't think I've ever used this because I think I was just saving it. Maybe I swatched it. But if you're looking for a beautiful matte bronzer, I have not used this on my skin, but I will say just by the swatches, it feels absolutely incredible. It is very, very soft, very finely milled. It feels like silk. And I honestly, because if you can see, because you have to kind of build this one up, it's not like, oh my God, pigment. And you can see how kind of like really softly it blends out. I think even if you have pretty fair skin, you could still get away with using this one. But yeah, apparently I was going to use it. I didn't think that I had even touched this because I was just kind of saving it. You know, Lisa Frank, just very nostalgic for me. I'm going to wipe my hand again. Next up is this little Pacifica Sun-Kissed Natural Beauty Bronzer. You can see I used the shit out of this over last summer. This one is definitely a different formula. I feel like it's a little bit more rough. I'm going to try to kind of get a lot on my fingers. Much more deep. You could definitely use this one as also a contour because it's slightly more cool, not quite as warm as some of the other ones that I have. Still warm, still gives you that, you know, kind of sun-kissed warmth, and it has a slight little luminosity to it. This one though, I will say you kind of have to work it up, and you can kind of see even when I place that down and I'm kind of taking my fingers over it, it does take a few minutes to blend this out. I don't feel like it's necessarily beginner friendly because you do have to kind of work with it to kind of get it blended out. It kind of tends to want to just stick there, but still beautiful, works beautifully on the skin. And again, you guys know I love that kind of luminous lit from within quality. And this is the Nomad Cosmetics Kiss of Sun Bronze and Contour Powder in Manly Beach. I just got this in like a Ipsy, I want to say. If I could open the damn thing. And I didn't really care for it too much. This kind of, it feels beautiful. It feels absolutely stunning, and it's super, super silky. But I had the same problem, and you can hopefully see, I had this same exact problem that I was having with the Pacifica one, where I kind of feel like when I place it down and then go to blend it out, it takes a long time to try to blend it out. I don't always mind that, but if you, again, are somebody that's, you know, new to makeup, or you're literally trying to be in and out the damn door, then girlfriend, this is not for you. But it feels beautiful. I love the tone of it and stuff like that. I just don't feel like it's necessarily user-friendly. You definitely have to kind of work with it to get it to blend out onto the skin. Okay, let me wipe my hand again. Next up is another one of my OG. I've had this forever. This is my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer. That is a mouthful. You can see that I probably need to get rid of this. I don't know what this is either, you guys, because I've noticed I even have some newer palettes that do this. I don't know what it is. And it's only kind of like it lays on the top, and then once I kind of disrupt it and get that little layer off, it kind of goes away. This is another one that, and I'm all for it, as you can probably see. I love a warm bronzer. This one, again, it feels really soft, works beautifully, blends quickly as well. And again, just has that slight little bit of luminosity that your girl loves. Staying power is 100% there. This is one that I love to use in the summertime because it is waterproof, and the Amazonian Clay, the blushes, and the bronzers, they last, you guys, all effing day. And I live in the South. It is hot. It is muggy as shit here in the summertime. So if I can use this and it stays all day, pretty sure anybody could use it and stay all day. Let me wipe my hand again. Next up, I've had this for probably 2 years now, or very close to. And when I first got this, you guys, I don't know if I was, yeah, I did try it on here. I tried it maybe when I first started my channel. But this is an indie brand called Medusa's Makeup. And then this is their bronzer in Sun Kissed. I used this every single day for months and months and months, and you can barely see anything gone. Again, nice and warm, nice and golden, nice, and has like that little pretty sheen that I love in my bronzers. I love this stuff so much. I honestly forget sometimes that I have it and forget how much I loved it before. And you guys know I'm all about supporting indie brands, but it is beautiful. The texture feels nice. And it was very inexpensive. And like, I've had it again, like I said, for over a year, like a year and a half, maybe. I need to go back and watch some of my old videos, but I did like a review of this, or kind of a first impressions, and I loved it. And I used it for months after that. I mean, kind of consistently after that. But I really love it. If you're into indie brands, definitely check out, you know, their brand. Next up is my little BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer Satin Finished Bronzer in Golden Gal. That is a lot to say. This one right here, again, it feels so beautiful and so buttery. This one is not my favorite. I don't feel like it's quite warm enough for me, quite intense enough for me. I love a heavy bronze. You guys know this. I think that if you have a light, you know, fair to light skin, I think this would be beautiful on you, because as you can see, it goes on really, really softly. And it has more of a satin finish, like it says. There's just a tiny bit of like a lit from within cast to it, not super kind of metallic-y or super, you know, illuminating the way that some of the other ones are that I have. Blends really beautifully. Again, for me, it doesn't pack enough of a punch, but it feels nice. It feels super soft and super silky, very finely milled. I definitely think that you could get away with using this again if you have a lighter skin tone. I mean, it's super cheap too. All right, wipe my hands again. Next up is my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and this was the limited edition Bronze Dynasty. This came out with their Fire and Ice Dragon collection, I'm pretty sure. It has the dragon in it. Very warm, very, very highly pigmented. I love this stuff a whole lot. I also used this a lot when I first got this. Again, it has just that nice little luminous quality to it that I like. I don't feel like it's quite as long lasting on the skin as some of the other ones that I have, but it does blend beautifully. I don't think that you could get away with this. There was like 3 shades of this, I think. If you have very fair skin, I would not recommend this particular one. I think it's definitely gearing more towards medium, because it's quite bronzy and quite warm, but beautiful, very inexpensive. I like this stuff a lot. And then last in my little bucket is also something that's old as fuck. This is my Limelight bronzer. I have no idea what shade this is at all, you guys. And as you can see, it is old. It is very, very old. Let me see if I can, oh shit. See if I can take that out and let you guys know what shade it was. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. But again, this one, it gets that little weird cast on the top of it. I don't know why some products do that. So I'm going to kind of remove it a little bit. I was obsessed with this when it first came out, and I did use it over and over and over again, and oh my god, I forgot how beautiful it is. Oh, this is another one that is very, very luminous. I don't think it's too warm. I mean, maybe not fair skin, but I love a warm, luminous bronzer, you guys. That's my thing, obviously, if you cannot tell from the other 15 that I've shown. But this lasts a long time on the skin. Also very soft, very finely milled as well. Really, really good quality. These are a little bit more expensive. I don't even know if they still make this, to be honest with you. I honestly was just ordering because a friend of mine was selling it, and I really like to try to support my friends, but oh my god, it's so pretty. I'm going to keep this out. I think I'm going to try to use this up more. Oh my god. Okay, I love it. But it lasts all day on the skin. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And that luminous quality, I cannot get enough. I am actually going to get a wipe and then come back into my palette. So BRB. Alright, beauties. Hands are clean. I brought a wipe out finally. Now I go into like my bigger compacts and my palettes. Next up is, came from BOXYCHARM. My original one came shattered, which really sucked. But they were so amazing. Their customer service at BOXYCHARM was phenomenal, and they sent me my points the next day and I ordered it. But it is the Perfector Face Palette in light to medium. It has a highlighter, a brightener, another highlighter, a blush, finishing powder, and a contour. And when I first got this, again, it was something I was using pretty consistently. Hopefully that doesn't blind y'all. The cover's not off of it yet. But I don't even know if you can tell how much I've used this, but I've used it and used it and used it. And there's still, I mean, there's a shit ton there. I mean, I'm starting to kind of take away the little thing here. What I like to do, again, because you guys know that I like a luminous bronzer, is I mix this one, and this one, all three together. And then I will use that and go across it. I've used this a couple times, more so for like inner corner, just because it's a little icy for me. And I don't like that in a highlight for like my skin. The blush also is slightly a little bit more pinky than I go. I like more kind of neutral or orangey type of blushes, not always like super pink. But yeah, this contour and this together, I'm just going to put them both together because that's how I wear them. Very, very, very wearable. Very beautiful formula. It lasts all day on the skin. I love it. I really, really, really love this palette a whole lot. And then this beautiful finishing powder, it's amazing. I really love this a whole lot. It gives like this beautiful blurring, but yet also has like a little bit of radiance to it. And even this, the contour by itself is still beautiful. And I don't think that it's, you know, so warm that you can't use it if you have lighter skin tones. That's actually, to me, kind of gearing more cool tone. But I really love it. Like I said, I like to mix all three of these together. I will mix these first and then kind of press that into the top. The highlighter, unless it is like the dead of summer when I'm very, very tan, I can't really use these by themselves, but they're absolutely stunning. But the staying power here is phenomenal. If you get the chance to get this, maybe like from MERCARI or something like that, people are selling them for crazy cheap, but it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. I definitely love it. Next up, also something that's new to me. I did this in my full face of first impressions. It is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze in, I guess it's just called Ultra Bronze. Humongous pan of product. And as you can see, I've pretty much been using this and this one nonstop if I'm not using my Rebel Rouge Labs Oracle palette. Yes, I'm a lazy bitch. But humongous pan, and it was like $7, I want to say. This one is not my favorite. It is not quite as finely milled as some other ones that I do have. And I also felt like, and I will show you, it really kind of just disappears. So I had to go in pretty heavy-handed on this because I did not feel like I was getting what I want from it. I think even though this looks dark in the pan, that if you have a light skin, you can absolutely get away with wearing this. I mean, I have put now, what, 5 or 6 layers on here. I do love that it has a slight little luminous quality, not a whole lot, just like the tiniest little, like, lit from within. But yeah, it's not the most pigmented, but I will also say though, you know, for it being more of a drugstore type of brand, I'm not mad at it. And it is something that I've been using. Next up, this is the Tarte Volume 3 Contour Palette. I was using the crap out of this when I got this. This is old, as you can very, very clearly tell. I was always mixing these two together, and then I would go over it and then highlight with this one right here. The blush, again, it's beautiful, kind of a more mauve-y pink. I don't really reach for the blush as much, as you can tell. I've reached for all of these. This one right here, the more dark kind of cool tone matte contour, you really have to be careful with this because it wants to stick and it does not want to blend out, and it can start to look a little bit patchy on the skin. But other than that, I used it a whole lot. It's a beautiful palette. It smells amazing. I think all of Tarte's stuff smells delicious. But yeah, I probably need to start kind of revisiting this as well. I used the shit out of this highlighter right here. It is absolutely freaking stunning. But again, it's a beautiful palette. I definitely would not recommend this for light skin tones. Very fair to like very light skin tones. But it's beautiful. I love the outer packaging as well. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I love Tarte overall as a brand. Speaking of, this came in my yes, pretty sure this is in my BOXYCHARM. I don't even think I've opened this yet. I'm not sure. But this is the Park Avenue Princess Chisel Palette. And let's open her it. Actually, oh shit, sorry guys. If everything is in here that is in this, I may declutter this very soon, only because it's old, you guys. Oh, I don't think I have opened this. That is stunning. I'm trying not to blind you guys. Oh, that is really beautiful. All right, and it's heavy. Yeah, I guess I haven't even tapped into this yet. So I'm going to set this down here. Again, I know that I'm going to like that because I love this. I'm guessing, is this more of like a finishing powder? I don't feel like this is a highlight because it's not. Yeah, there's definitely got to be more of like like to cut the contour and stuff like that. That looks to me more like a light banana powder. Yeah. Yeah, this is really, really beautiful. I like that there is a couple matte ones. And then this one definitely looks like it has a little bit of, oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, baby. This one has some luminosity. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And I don't know if I would have the same issues with these as I did with this, only in regard to it not, specifically this shade right here, just really not wanting to blend out. I mean, these feel beautiful. They're super, super soft powders. Very finely milled. But I just felt like this one in particular, even when I just lay it down on my hand, it just looks really patchy and it was really hard to blend out. I honestly I don't know though, because I really like this highlighter. I'm going to think about it and see if I'm going to declutter this or not. But I have a feeling I'm going to love this because I love that one as well. But yeah, if you get a chance, even with this, if you ever don't get something in your BOXYCHARM, or even if you don't subscribe to BOXYCHARM, go to like places like MERCARI and Poshmark and those types of places, because people will sell these for pretty much dirt damn cheap, you guys. That packaging is beautiful. This is very heavy and very substantial. I'm actually pretty impressed. I can't believe I haven't opened this yet. But I'm trying, especially this past, this year and kind of going into 2020, I'm really trying to use up all my stuff and only buy what really speaks to me, which I traditionally kind of do that anyway. This is my Morphe Glamour Bronze in Megastar. You guys heard me rave about this all summer long. It is absolutely stunning, and I have used the shit out of this bronzer, and you cannot even tell. Beautifully, beautifully finely milled. I absolutely love this. If you, again, have very fair skin, would not recommend it, but it is very highly pigmented. It stays on the skin all day long. Very inexpensive. I love it. I like to actually take this one and then go straight on top and mix my blush and my highlight together in the summertime, and oh my god, it looks so beautiful that way. I'm all about shining, y'all. I'm all about a luminous quality to my skin, but again, very inexpensive. That is an enormous pan. So I love that too. I'm probably gonna need another freaking wipe. And I only have 2 more left. Sorry guys. And I have to clean up as I go. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm very anal about how my stuff looks. Here's another Tarte palette. This is the Tarteist Pro Glow. And that is what she looks like. Actually, you know what? I might be able to go ahead and declare the other one because I feel like this is very close to the other highlight that I love this so much. Oh my god. Like, that is heaven, you guys. That is heaven, okay? I've only dipped into this cream contour a very few times. It does work well. It does work beautifully. It's very, very highly pigmented, but also blends out so seamlessly and so nicely. I just don't always reach for cream products, like I've said before, but this is one that I really have enjoyed and I really do like it. Again, I love their bronzers. Their highlighter is absolutely phenomenal. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I've used the crap out of it, and you honestly still can't even tell. It smells incredible, of course. The only thing that I wish was that if they were going to have this in here, that it should have had some kind of a protectant over it, or protected cover or something like that, only because some of the other shadows are kind of getting in there with it. But I love this, especially for like if you're traveling or anything. But this highlight honestly is probably one of my all-time favorite highlighters ever, like period, on earth. This one I never really messed with. This is more of like a kind of a luminous face powder, if you will, because it doesn't have quite, you know, the like intense metallic sheen. It kind of goes into the skin and kind of melts into the skin, if you will. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is so heavy, very nicely made. I love these products. And then last but not least, let me try to attempt to wipe my hand one more time with this wipe, is another oldie but goodie. I've probably had this for 2 years. Very close to, I'm sure. But this is my IBY Beauty Highlight and Contour Palette. That is what she looks like. You can tell that I also got a lot of use out of this and used this a lot. I always used this one and this one underneath my eye. I didn't really mess with that one too much. And then I would just mix these two. I don't think I've ever used this one right here, the lighter one. But again, I would just mix these two together. They are really nicely pigmented. They blend out beautifully. They don't look patchy or anything like that. Of course, you have one that's, you know, more gray, more, you know, brown, kind of neutrally to cool, and then the more warm tone one. They don't have as much of like a sheen to them or anything like that, but I think I paid $6 maybe for this. And yeah, I used it a whole lot before I kind of discovered other makeup. Oh my God. I need to set this out so I can start using this highlight more. So that is it. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of bronzer / contour type shades. I don't always like contour. I more just take my big fluffy Judy brush from the Crown case that I really love, and kind of just warm up the skin, if you will. So that is it. I hope you guys are enjoying Derissmas. Thank you, beauties, so much for watching. If you like this video at all, then I would love if you considered subscribing to my channel and tapping that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. I would love to have you be part of my beauty family. And please always remember to be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties!